Hope we're all doing extremely well this Saturday game day. Also, I'm in a different place again today. I'm in a room that's very, very pink. Welcome to the chat, everybody. Dino Hughes, you're back. Le Mans first start. Judgment day for Amorim. Let's get into this. Fielding the same players again. Luke Shaw again. I'm done. Shaw, at least Le Mans starts. What did I say yesterday? Welcome everybody to the chat and welcome to this watch along for United versus Sunderland. Now, all I'm going to say is what I said yesterday on this: is that if Amorim comes out and plays the same players, the same squad, the same formation, then I'm done. Pretty much done, really. I am not a hypocrite. I'm not going to lie. You know, I tend to the things that I see, the things that I say, I do tend to stick with that as well. And I did say, if I see Amorim come out and play this team again, then guess what? I'm going to be Amorim out, and I'm sticking to my words, really, on the basis that is Amorim coming to a point now? It's just so stubborn. This is coming to a point whereby the only plus point tick for me, Dorgu is better than Shaw. Look, if you get beat, surely he's off. No man. I like no Mancini for me today, huh? Andrew Edwards. Oh mate, I was not concerned, but you know, you never know, right? So. No Mancini for me today. I like it's nice. Yeah, that was my terrible accent. So yeah, no Mancini for me today. So 2 minutes until the football actually starts, because obviously, you know, I'm definitely not watching the match, because you know we're this is a watch on, but I'm definitely not watching the match because you know we're not supposed to be able to watch it in this country because of the blackout. But you know, so we'll just muddle through as we go along. So when does it start? Cool. All right. Starts at 14:50. So we'll go through the team. Look, let me know. Spurs as well, one as well. It's listen along. You have the radio. Exactly. I've got the radio on. Exactly that. You know, I've got the radio on, and I've got a good imagination. Okay, so lineups. Amorim still goes with his back three. Le Mans starts in goal. Luke Shaw, De Ligt, Yoro. Nice to see him back. Delo, Mason Mount, Casemiro, Ahmad, Mbermo, Mason Mount for Cunha and Shesko. Look, I'm not a hypocrite, and I'm done. The glasses are showing a good reflection as well. Yeah, you know, I'll you know, there's a reflection in there as well, so you know you might be able to, you know, see it as well. Yeah. De Ligt, Heaven, Yoro, Xerxes, Le Mans, Cunha, Casemiro. The fact that Mason Mount for me, nice fit, JB. Not bad. Not bad, is it? I actually picked this up today. So one of the things, and again, like I'll always say, is I actually won't buy a shirt from the club. So this is a legit shirt. So I actually went into a sort of like I've got like a United. Jamie Carragher is literally done. Hey, calm down. I'm going to insult so many people. It's like, calm down. No, I won't. So basically, I picked this up today. The only problem with this shirt is I've got like a farm shop thing, right? And in there they've got like an old school game shop, an old school all sorts of shops in there, right? And they've got like a sports shop. So this guy in there, he's He's this old guy who supports West Ham, and he gets his football shirts from the same place as the club does, but he doesn't get them from the club. He gets them from the Chinese place. So this was 25 quid today. So the only problem with this shirt, Blue says, really want to watch the game, but I'm going to the park in a few minutes. I've done the reason why I was late for the stream. JB, you say your slaves made it. Well, yeah, I know, right? You go, look, they made it for me. See, it's good, isn't it? Look, it's got the old thing on it as well. It's got the old, thing on it as well. Our team is the best in jersey sales, fan base, and above all, except winning matches. Exactly that. So I picked this up for 30 quid today. The only problem is it's got Rashford on the back of it. So I don't really care. It's true, the third kit is really nice. But I'm not going to give the shirt. I'm not going to give the club any money. Also, as well, I don't know if any of you saw, but the team news again was leaked early. But I might try and pick it off at the back, to be honest with you. So let me know, guys, what you think about the team. So Lemens in goal, which is good that he starts. Look, right. If I'm giving Amorim a plus point, it's up plus point for that. Am I Amorim out now? I am. Look, I am. Look. It's really difficult, right? But what I'm going to see today is the definition of insanity is to do the same thing again. I'll be able to watch the walkout and maybe the first few minutes. At least Shaw wasn't a wing back, and Bruno at the 8 isn't great either. Look, Bruno in the look. Let's see what happens today. At the moment, purely based on team, fucking Mason Mount. I mean, again, Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes as the 8, Casemiro, Luke Shaw. Sean tweeted, said the whole country behind Sunderland. I think a lot of United fans are probably behind them as well. So I'm wondering if I'm going to have to watch this and listen to this in Dutch. Probably. Right. I'm going to have to flip that over to the headphones. Right. So it's just about to start. Perfect. Yeah, so let me know about the team. Rob, legend of the chat. What's your pick for the line this weekend? What's going on? Right. So Dino. I think, mate, take your pick. I mean, I'm going to go 3-1 because I don't think it's going to be pretty. I think these players are not going to play for the coach. I think these players are going to play for themselves, because the one thing you've got to understand about these players is that these players will play for themselves. So they're under scrutiny. They'll be just like, oh my god, people are calling us rubbish because we're not rubbish. So what they'll do is today they'll probably turn it on. I've got SpongeBob as well. SpongeBob is going to help us out today. Yep. So I think we'll win 2-1, 3-1. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be, it's not going to be cultured. It's basically going to be laboured win. So Amorim for me gets his last chance. I did say, purely based on the team, I'd be Amorim out, where he's got Yoro back in there, Lemens is back in there, Luke Shaw's in there. Look, whatever happens today, my thoughts on the coach are now, look, I don't need to be Amorim in or out, but if Amorim chooses to do the same thing, then what I'm looking for today, if Amorim is sat there with his head in his hands, not watching the game, he can fuck off, because we can't have a coach who that is him, right? So I'm I'm not too far away right now. This is basically not a good start. I'm going to give Amorim a chance today. Let's see how the team performs today. But if we see what we've always seen, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done because I have to be. Right, the two teams are just about to come out as well. Yeah. All I'm saying is that my Dutch is not very good. So, you know, my Dutch is not the best. Let's just put it that way. How do I get this? How do I get this done? Right. No, let's get this sorted. Right. So if you have just joined, then what's our team? So the team, in case you have just joined, Lemens in goal. Lemens starts. Shaw, Delict, Ahmad, Yoro, Dallo, Fernandez, Casemiro, Mount, Mbermo, Shesko. Look, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Luke Shaw. Why does that waste of space keep look? And this is not about him as a person. I don't know Luke Shaw as a person. I'm sure he's a wonderful, wonderful man, right? But as a football player, he's been shit all season, shit in pre-season. Mason Mount, I like Mason Mount. I want Mason Mount to do well. This is what I want, but he can't. He just can't do it. The fact that Mason Mount has come in for Cunha is, look, the fact that Luke Shaw's in this fucking team as well. So look, the coach has not done what I wanted him to do. He's not done what I sort of wanted of him to do. He's not going to do it, is he? So, Mason fucking Mount every time. Let's get to the chats. Pleased to see Lemens and start. I called it Mount. You did. Amorim loves Mount, but no real change. So, not in my box shots. Yoro Heaven, massive backline, but it's not going to happen. Really, I agree with you, Champagne. I agree with you, my friend. Absolutely devastated. Look, it's look. Let's see, shall we? Maybe Sunderland will come out and maybe they'll just have a bad game. Shockingly bad. 12 hours and I'm off. Nice one, Scott. Hit the like button. Show the Reds to win. Give us a like. Give us a favourite. Give us a subscribe. Just show the Premier League table. I can't see you in the Man Utd. No, well, look. If you guys really look. Here's my deal. If the channel gets to 20,000 subscribers, then I will do a show in a mankini because I know you all just want to see it. Porto v Benfica, who wins? Probably Benfica. Do you use your radio IPT? I know a guy can definitely get you an English radio channel. I mean, I'm not watching it. All I'm saying is that if I was to watch it and I was in somewhere like Holland, for example, there's, but thank God that I can speak Dutch. That's what I'm saying. Shaw has to have some dirt on Amorim. I agree with you, Dino. I don't know. Kelvin says, put short look. Luke Shaw. Oh, it's silence for the victims. So I'll be quiet for a minute. Yeah, amazing. More evidence that we didn't need to buy two number 10s. I agree. Mount is needed for the press. Yeah, but the thing is with Mason Mount, he's limited. Like, let's see. What's the point of playing two inverted wing backs with two inverted 10s? Why not play Ahmad on the left? and Dalot on the right for the width. Exactly. Not if when you get to 20th. Not if when you get. Look, Usman, thank you, my friend. Look. I'm not going to count my chickens because, you know, things happen in life, right? But if we do get to 20,000, then I'll do some stuff. What's your opinion on Malacia? Look, Malacia was very, very injured. You know, it's sad. You soon be at 20k. I just clicked the Mankini comment and we'll hold. Look, I will do, my friend. 20,000 Mankini time. City was, yeah, exactly. It's horrible, whatever happened there, exactly. JB, I'm going to be in a Mankini, no doubt. Oh, bloody hell. What do you think about Lamens? I'm happy, really, really ecstatic. Delo has already miscontrolled it as well, by the way, 20 seconds in. Look, and again, you know, anything like that happened around the world, mate. And look, it's horrible. And if they had a minute for that as well, mate, I would have done the minute as well. But again, you know what? Look, there are conflicts around the world, and they don't get recognised because it doesn't fit people's agendas. You know, this team should not be playing this casual. Champagne is ridiculous. Go on, Mount. Already making mistakes, Dino. They are already making mistakes. So Lamens, nice to see Lamens and go. Actually, really happy. Really happy. I'm sitting on a bloody beanbag. Sitting on a beanbag, and not another name for my, you know. But I'm actually sitting on an actual beanbag, not on my, you know, men's parts. Francesca. Poor touch, I'll say. Comfortable 3-0 win by Bruno and Shesko. Interestingly, that's interesting enough there, Thomas. I mean, yeah. So guys, just get into the chat if you have just joined. Lamens in goal, cauliflower, beanbag paint. Oh, tell you what, I was having a conversation with a guy who was like 80 years old about what happens when you get older. You know. Karate kick for no reason. I know it is. It's horrific. I mean, this is a must-win game. You know, he's keeping to this back three. You know, I'd already look a bit flat. I'm not going to lie. If you have just joined, Opta giving 60% win to United, on the basis of what? On the basis of what? Go on, Euro. Did you see Fergie's reaction against Chelsea before seeing Sanchez's red card? I did. Come on, rat face. Come on, Bruno. Do something today. Actually be a captain today. So if co-pilot. So if you have just joined, Lamens in goal, Delict. Again, that's that ball straight through the middle. Oh my God. How didn't Sunderland score that? It was offside. Honestly, Sunderland already physicality. I mean, he's only just offside. Core. And who was that? Fucking Delo again. It was offside. Let's watch this. Who was that? Delo. Fucking Delo. Luke Shaw and Delo once again losing their fucking man again. Luke Shaw and Delo. Comedy of errors. Ridiculous. So if you have just joined, Lamens in goal, one player from the past to bring back in their prime. Who are you picking? I'm picking Prime Keane, mate. I'm picking Prime Keane, because Keane in there, mate, would absolutely smash these players all over the park. Xhaka again. Xhaka's just, come on, Shesko. If you have just joined, Tweedledee and Tweedledum already. Tweedledee and Tweedle Twat. Lamens in goal. Go on, Mount. Go on and burn. Oh, that honestly, the touch of a therapist. Lemens in goal, Yoro, Delict, Dallo, Luke Shaw, Dorgu, down the middle, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, and Burmo, Mason Mount, and Shesko. United at the moment don't look like they can touch a ball. Again, there's just no fast start. Again, there's that gap in the middle. There's that gap in the middle again. There's that gaping hole. No Bruno, no Casemiro in there. Sunderland looking pretty comfortable. This is Dallo again in that midfield position. Bruno's looking clueless. Oh, just tell you what, Sunderland can't seem to get hold of this ball either. That's a good ball. Go on, Ahmad. 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 Go on in Burmo. Go on in Burmo. Go. Oh. This is going to be scrappy. This is going to be scrappy. Dalot and Shaw just look at each other and say, he was your man, useless. If we lose, because I'm done. Look, Dina, I'm going to be consistent to the Sunday. This is, for me, this is Amorim's last chance. Look, I can forgive a coach who wants to play in his way as long as you put in the right players. And if you can't, then you just, if United just signed a Martinez and a Belieber, we'd be so much stronger. I agree with you, Code Logic. Agree with you completely. I really do. We're not, Kelvin. You're right, mate. Look again. We're just not closing those spaces. We are bunching up. There is no closing down of those spaces. And again, Dino, you're right. Look, it's so easy to set up against us, and this is now one of the reasons why Amorim, for me, why I'm nearly done with him, and to basically go along with what you guys have been saying, is that it's so easy to play against us because you know how we're going to play. Is there a secondary formation or secondary way to play? Clearly not. So a 0-0 today. I think one of you said it yesterday. I think it was it Mark? Basically saying that a 0-0 doesn't help us out at all. So we've got to win this. So this is Ahmad. Go on in Burmo. Go on in Burmo. Go on, Mount. Get in there. Go on, Mason Mount. Yes. Brilliant. Get in there. Oh, we needed that. I am, look, of all the players that I say, of all the players that I will look, this is my point, right? Is that what I said? I like Mason Mount. I like him. But my problem with him is he gets injured. Right, he's still shit. I'm not gonna change my mind on the basis that, look, Mason Mount is injury prone. However, I like him. Mason Mount is not a horrific player, but I still think he's shit. But no, look, I don't think he's shit, but I don't think he's worth 250k a week and a number 7 shirt. I don't. So, but he scored a goal, celebrated the goal. But as a serious fan says, I still expect Sunderland to get something from this game. Mount was never 60 million. Agree. He's not. Neymar, injury problems. Well, true, but Mason Mount is not those two players, is he? But look, what 60p for Mount? Look, for me, I'd absolutely love redemption arc for him. Go on, Shesko. Michael Owen Moore, the 7. Exactly. I mean, look, is Mason Mount better as a 7 than Owen was? Yeah. Frugal boy, you're a little bit late, my friend, but yeah, a goal. So it's a bit of a bit of an auspicious start, to be honest with you. I don't think we're doing anything amazingly well. A good finish by Mount. Luke Shaw is doing what he normally does. Neymar and Dembele, seriously though, no one has ever compared Mason Mount with either of them. 100% not. 100% he is not those players. I mean, he's a completely different player for starters. So yeah. Every time I see Luke Shaw, just gets me angry. How are you watching the game? I'm not watching the game. I'm listening to it because, as we know, we're not allowed to watch these games in the UK. I'm just listening to it. Galatasaray, yes, they're a good side to them though. There's a Dutch. You basically need a VPN, and if you were so inclined to do that, and you could do it, then there are ways to do it. But I'm listening to it, and we are watching it together. He's the third United number 7 to have a Ballon d'Or. Owen is the one player that both United and Liverpool. Yeah, well, Michael Owen, the funny thing about him is he's not accepted, is he, by either fan base, really. Mason Mount didn't deserve the number 7. He didn't. BN Sports number 1. Yeah, I'm. Who is the best club in Turkey? Well, Galatasaray, really. I think. Well, look, it's a toss-up, isn't it? It's a toss-up between Galatasaray and Besiktas. Besiktas, Fenerbahce, and go on, Delict. Nice one. Oh my god, this beanbag is doing me head in already. Right, I need to sit down. Here you go. Here we go. So those of you who have just joined, Mason Mount has scored. Look, Mason Mount's finish was a finish. It was, I think the goalkeeper was offside. No, sorry. The goalkeeper was didn't have full sight of it. He scored a goal. Rumour has it that Lemens was awaiting a Brit card before playing. Interesting. Look, it wouldn't surprise me. Nothing this club does would surprise me if nobody had signed the paperwork. It wouldn't surprise me at all. So for those of you who are not watching the match, how do I think? It's a bit of a stalemate. I'm not going to lie. It's not really exciting as such. We are just Mason Mount again physically smashed off the ball. Right, so Fernandez has this to Shesko. Which footballer do you have from the Turkish league, mate? I mean, Osimhen. I mean, I don't necessarily know too much about the Turkish league. I probably should do. But again, I mean, I don't really have time to watch every single game. I mean, Osimhen, I know is there. Is Fred still there? Yeah. I know that Anana's still there, and he's awful. Who's my Bruno pocketed? He's already. It's crazy how we concede goals. It really is, Kelvin. Agreed. So Lemens starts in goal today. I think is an interesting one. Again, that's a straight ball. Look at that. That ball straight over the top. Gabriel Sari is pretty good. Icardi, yeah, Icardi. I mean, look, Icardi was good. I mean, I've never rated Icardi. I'm just saying, never have rated him. Icardi seemed to be more involved in sleeping with other people's wives and girlfriends. So never the biggest fan of his anyway, to be honest with you. So this is going to be a long throw. Dino, I think you're right. So here we go. A long throws are back in the Premier League. Straight in. That's a good header. Go on, Mount. You can see it with Mount. You can see it with Mason Mount. He's not physical enough, but that's gone back in by Xhaka. Get it out, Shesko. Go on, Mount. Genuinely want your opinion on Greenwood and how the club treated him and his actions. I will give you my opinion on that, Champagne, because we don't hide away from questions. Look, in my opinion, what else could the club do? Right now, when you've got a player who is under investigation, right? They paid him, they took him out of the team, I think, for his mental health, for him as a person. Can you imagine him continuing to play? You look at what I'm going to say is that you look at what Arsenal did with Partey, right? I mean, they knew, they still let him play. They were going to give him a contract. Now, look, the alleged stuff that happened. Go on in Burmo. So I think the club did the right thing, but I don't like, and I like what United did despite him being good. Now, look, I think United did the correct thing. I think they did the correct thing for him and the player. I don't regret it. Whether he's good or not now, look, I always believe. No, I always believe. Chillit Play says, "What's up, JB? Chillit, legend of the chat." Now, what I will always say is that he was accused of something alleged, and it was proven that, not that it was false, but the applicant removed their complaint, right? In that situation, he's a very, very lucky young man, and young men, young girls, people shouldn't, unless they do something disgustingly bad. I mean, you can argue that with him. People deserve a second chance, right? So I just hope he's taken that second chance and has improved himself, because if he hasn't, but I'm glad he's gone. I don't regret it. We all know that football players, just because they're good on a pitch doesn't make them good people. I just hope that he learns from it and becomes a better human being, basically. Sunderland now have this ball. I will get through it for the chat. That's a terrible ball. Sunderland are not playing well at all today. The general IQ of the team needs to improve. I agree with you. It's sad that we never got to see Sancho, Rashford, Greenwood because of CR7, and Partey because of Greenwood's. Exactly. Look, there is no doubt that he's a good player. No doubt at all. But sometimes if you're not advised in the correct way, it's not necessarily the player, it's the IQ, isn't it? Greenwood would have got the Adam Johnson treatment. Exactly. Hit the like button. Exactly. Will United overhaul Real Madrid's of? No, but they're never going to do it. Mate, we're on 3. They're on what? 15? Not a chance. Oh my God, just got told because United winning 1-0. Yes, we are. Yes, the applicant is still the Greenwood today. Yeah, they said, I think the evidence was really bad, but I think he's taken the second chance. Look, Champagne, people deserve a second chance in life, right? A young man shouldn't be tagged forever, but also at the same time there needs to be an acceptance, and not everybody's going to agree with that statement. And I think it's a personal choice. I mean, my personal choice is I hope the young man becomes an amazing human being, and learns, but he does it at someone else's club. I've always been get it out. United are just so flat here, absolutely flat. This midfield, there's nothing to it. There's nothing to it. United have always been held to a higher moral standard. We have to lead by example. Look, I agree with you. I don't disagree with it. I think I think in life, I think you need to hold yourself to a certain moral standard, right? Because it makes us good people. But the fact that, they are icons in some people's eyes and they earn a load of money, I think their standards have to be very, very high. She had imposter syndrome. We've got a bag from him to stay. Yeah, we've got a bag from him to stay hush. I like that United honour our former captain by naming the road on which the club stands. Amorim needs to start Manu. This is ridiculous. Look, this is not good today. Go on, Ahmad. Go on, Ahmad. Good save. Good save. Good save. Good save by the keeper. United fans saying, "Oh, back on." We're not back. We're not back. The motivation of the team needs to improve. It does. I think we need to get Luke Shaw out of this team. Sir Matt Busby was a former Liverpool and City captain. He was different time though. Yes, there have been some family who are big Reds. 20 minutes in, I'm not impressed. Clearly again, that pivot doesn't work. The pivot just doesn't work. Fernandes cannot get into the game. Souness should get on. I can't stand Souness. Fucking can't stand him. He's such a biased prick. I'm sorry, Souness. I can't stand him. This today is not great. This today is absolutely not great. I mean, that pivot at this point, I've just look. I'll take the win as well, Tulip. But I'm not on board for this. Why can't one of United's fullbacks tuck in and make the midfield free? I agree with you. It's just because Amorim has told them not to. I'm guessing. Go on, Burmo. Right. Every time Binder gets the ball to his feet, I feel panic coming on too. Look, what's the interesting thing as well, right? And we wonder why we don't, and we wonder why our strikers don't score. The last 3 shots have come from outside the box. Nobody's bothered about giving it into Šeško's feet. Are you wearing this season shirt? I wear the vintage shirt. Look, I bought this shirt today. Fernandes, go on, Mount. Fernandes and Burmo. Go on, Šeško. Go on, Yoro. That's out. I refuse to buy a football shirt from the United shop. I got this from an independent guy today who doesn't buy from the club. He buys it from the supplier in China. So this is a United shirt, but not from the club. So and I'm going to buy some more shirts as well because I feel like I need to up my shirt game. But yeah, and I much prefer the like retro kits as well. So yeah, I agree with you. I refuse to put money into the Glazers' pockets as well. So I am with you completely. The middle centre back is meant to go into the midfield. Yeah, but how can they with Luke Shaw? How can they? Why does only shoot outside the box? Exactly, and that's exactly it. Why can't they run and build up more closer chances? Is because you've got to look at the players that we've got. Šeško is just, he's got no chance, has he really? And again, this is not great. This is not great. Try classic football shirts. I will do, Bart. I would give that a go. Absolutely will. I'm gonna write that down because I want to get the green and gold one. One of my favorite kits of all time. That one is. It's raining. It bloody well is raining. Oh my god! Your next game is Liverpool away. What do you think? A cricket score? anything's possible. Mason Mount becomes prime R9 in the rain. Belieber would have been a game changer. I agree. June's a good time to buy these soccer jerseys. The shirts are merely uniforms to their employees at the workplace, like postmen. Exactly. No, it is. I agreed with you. No, it is. I mean, I paid 25 quid for this shirt today. So go on in, Bermo. Get into the box. Go on, Shesko. Go on, Shesko. Go on, Mount. Go on, Bruno. Bruno. Oh, what's Ahmad? Oh my God! Should have been two. Should have been two. Should have been two. Great save. I tell you what, that keeper's quality. What a great save that was. Fucking Dallo. Dallo cannot. Dallo's shit. That's a great shot. Ahmad should have buried that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ahmad should have absolutely finished that. I'm sorry. What a miss. What an absolute miss that was. Lemens better start practicing picking the ball up from his net as next week he faces the fiercest quartet of Salah, Wirtz, Isaac, and Ekitike. I'm not scared of Wirtz, mate, but I can't do it. Go on, Ahmad. Get it into the box, Ahmad. Get it into the box. Cross it into the box. Corner. Okay, this is better. So Dallo is awful today. Again, look, if I was any team, I would overload the midfield and I'd go down that Luke Shaw side all day long. Those are the two things that I would do. I'll tell you something, brilliant save by the keeper there. Yeah, that was a fantastic save. Absolutely fantastic save there. Come on. So what have I said? I reckon today is going to be a 3-1, 2-1 game today. I don't think merely signing Belieber would have solved your issues. Bruno should have been one of the 10s. He is in the 6. Look, I think Bruno should have gone completely. Your thoughts on 008 and 007 agents, Wirtz and Frimpong? Look, Wirtz. The problem with Wirtz is that price tag, right? It was always going to be. Amorim does look lost. Luke, I can't believe he's playing Luke Shaw. I can't. Frimpong, I think, is a good signing. I think that Frimpong has just been injured, but I think he'll come good, and I think the price tag on him is good. Wirtz, that Liverpool shirt weighs heavy. The expectation weighs heavy. The price tag weighs heavy. He's a young kid as well, and it's a risk. £100 million players rarely work out. So fingers crossed for the lad. I just hope he's crap against us. We do need the second goal. Come on, Ahmad. The price tag. No, but the price tag weighs heavy on him. But I'll always say this about players. He doesn't ask for that. I don't think it should do. I've never prescribed to players being judged on their price because that's not their fault. I think it's very, very simplistic to judge players on their price tag. I've never thought that was correct, but they do. But if you're just looking at him, look, he's a young kid. Look, 19 years old. Is he 20 years old? Look, if you have him for 10 years, that's £12.5 million a year. Doesn't matter. I mean, he'll come good. I just hope it's not against us. Let's have a look. What else we got? So Mrs. Newton says, hi, hello. 100 million signing for United workout. Well, I'm just talking about, you look at, okay, maybe not like 100 million, but if you look at Pogba, if you look at, you could argue that Rice has worked out. You could argue Casido has worked out. Enzo, has he worked out? I don't know. Vert at the moment is not. I think it's a very, very those players who are around that 90 to like 100 mark. I mean, you look at Coutinho. I mean, and I know Liverpool didn't pay that for him, but go on, Ahmad. Ahmad, don't be selfish. Go on. But Liverpool have been notoriously good for the players that they sign. Look, Wirtz is going to be a great player. No issue. I think he's going to be a great player. Ekitike looks like a bargain. Isak, we all know what he can do. Look, people who are saying that Wirtz is a flop already, I think is ridiculous. I think it's absolutely crazy. Go on, Shesko. Yes, Shesko. Get in there. Yes. See, the moment you put that ball into the box, that's what Shesko will do. Get in there. Get in there. 2-0. Arnie hasn't settled on his first choice. Shesko. And this is what these Wallies need. Wirtz will be better than Mkhitaryan, Sancho, Sanchez, and Anthony. Look, but mate, I agree with you. Look, I'm not a look, Scott. Mate. Look. Just because, look, if we win today, right? What I'll say is this, right? Is that the moment that Amorim plays a formation for himself and keeps on playing a formation for himself. Look, I'm not necessarily Amorim out, right? I am manager in, and I've said this many, many times. As long as Amorim can show that he's doing the best for this club, I will support him. But this formation is still shit. Just look, Sunderland are not playing particularly well today. Let's look. If we win today, Amorim gets time, right? Liverpool, can he go to Liverpool with this shitty pivot and beat them there? Like I am watching this game and I'm not happy that Amorim has still played Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's already been caught out already, and just because we're playing a Sunderland team who are not playing particularly well today, it doesn't really show me anything. But I'm still right now. I'm still not happy. I'm still not happy. But let's try to get a win. Are you doing dogging tonight, mate? I am. I'll be doing a reaction show as I always do, but I will be at home, not out in the car. Keep attacking the right hand side. They can't exactly. I agree with you. But I agree. Look, mate, I'm not one of these fans who will just call players who have been at a club for 7 games rubbish. And look, all I'm hoping is that your players don't show up when we play. That's all I'm asking. We have adjusted start the game narrow, and we are using the wings to stretch Sunderland and the pockets. Agree with you completely. Yes, we are. Go on, get in. Oh, unlucky. Hold that, haters. Exactly, Grace. Grace, legend of the chat. I'm going to be laughing if we go on a hot streak in the coming weeks. Come on, Sunday. Look, and what I've asked for in this game, I've asked for them to do something different. And can Amorim adapt? Let's see. Let's see. I'm still not convinced. This midfield pivot of Casemiro and Bruno is not good. Delo actually got the ball out then. Come on, Sunderland. What time is your late show tonight? Don't know if I can make a duty being. Look, Scott, I might do one around 7 or 8-ish. Terrible. Get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out. Get it out. I'll probably do an earliest one tonight. I might do one about 7 or 8 tonight. Yeah, and we can hopefully it will be a really pleasant show tonight. Yeah, so 2-0. Look, okay, 35 minutes. Okay, where are we all today on this game? I'll tell you where I am, where I've been at. One of the things I did say, probably depending on the performance today, it's going to push me towards that look that we need to make a change. Now, just to be clear, I'm not hammering in, hammering out, shake it about. What I'm about is I need to see something that this coach can do for this club. And if Amorim is doing this for himself and he's been stubborn for himself, then he has to go. Right? I still don't like this team. I still don't like the pivot. I still think this thing with the pivot is fucking stupid. So the jury for me is still out. But as I've always said, it is not the manager, it is these players. But Amorim needs to survive, in my opinion. I want him to stay. But if Amorim cannot do something and adjust, he can't survive the pressure. But I really, really hope he does. Glasner's system works because Palace don't dominate the ball, and also it is in midfielders hold their position. Exactly that. And this is why that's good by Mount. But this is why, if United fans are calling for him, they're going to have to be happy with 30% possession and counter-attack football. Also, the quality of midfielders Palace have suits their system better than. I agree with you, Bart. They are. You're a legend, Jamie. So are you, my friend. Absolutely, as well, my brother. Look, we all know. Are we going to go to Anfield? And this is going to be my question, right? Are we going to go to Anfield and play like this? Because I don't think we're playing particularly well. Are we going to go to Anfield with a midfield two of Casemiro and Fernandes? Look, we need to follow up this game, if we win, by the way, with at least a draw. Champagne is Amorim in. Look, Champagne. I am manager in. I am club in. I'm not necessarily Amorim in or out. I'm not seeing anything different today. All I'm seeing is a Sunderland team who are not playing particularly well. We need Man Utd and Ugarte versus Liverpool, Jamie. I think we need 3 in there. I think we do. I don't understand why Luke Shaw is in this team every time, playing better. I think it's difficult to tell, Neil. It's difficult to tell, my friend. Are we playing better? I mean, I don't think we are. Really, that midfield pivot doesn't work. It's so obvious. If the moment that Sunderland figure that out, oh my God, in Burma, what was that? Do I think we look hungry? I think certain players do. I think, go on, Shesko. And Burma looks good. Cannot judge him on one performance. We need to look at the whole picture. Agree with you, Dino. I mean, look, if anybody's saying Amorim out, Shaw's ego FC, 100%. What am I seeing today? I'm seeing a team that are, I don't know. There are players in this team that should not be playing in this team. We look more composed with Lamens. I agree with that. I think Lamens does already look better. That was a shit pass, but still need a third. Look, I'm worried. They say the most dangerous score in football is a 2-0, right? I think we do need. Another one. Sunderland will get back into this game. Bruno actually playing like a decent pivot player today. Look, he's playing. His head's up today, and he looks like he's playing better. He does. But again, Champagne. We need this consistently. You know, it's okay to do it against. Look, people are bigging these guys up, right? Sunderland, right? Sunderland are Sunderland, right? They're not suddenly going to be prime Madrid, right? At some point, they are going to fall away, right? They're going to. Football teams start well. Football teams start bad, and they've started well. Go on, Delay. Go on, Shesko. Go on, Shesko. Go on, Delay. Go on. So, Sunderland, no disrespect, but they have started really well. They really have started well, but they're not going to finish like high up the league. And we're looking okay. I just don't think. Look, I think we're looking okay. I mean, if anyone is thinking that we're Amorim, that we're back, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, go on, Bruno. Bruno's looking a bit better today. He's not complaining so much today, and he seems to be organising that pivot. But again, if Bruno played like this all of the time without the moaning and the whinging, this performance today, I'm comfortable with it, right? Because he's not a number 8, and I have sympathy. But it is the frigging moaning that I can't stand. The problem is it needs to be every game, and this is it. This is completely it as well. This is far from being good today. This is far from being vintage. You know, again, it's that midfield. It's that ball into that midfield. There's so many gaps in that midfield. So many gaps in that midfield. I mean, Casemiro, I mean, it's like watching my granddad run. And just Ugarte, Mena, Bruno as our midfield 3. Look, I think smart one, when we go to Anfield, we need to play a 3. We need to play a back 4. Yeah, it's hard to look at Bruno trying to take on in the midfield. Agree with Lemen's comment, looking confident. Yeah, go on, Bruno. Go on in Burmo. Come on, ref. That's a great ball. Delo's been caught out there. Heavy touch there. Heavy touch as well. But yeah, did anybody see that? The lit's been dropped from the Dutch squad as well. Don't know why. Casemiro looks like he's walking through mud. That's a good save. Honestly, Casemiro looks like he's walking in mud. I don't know why he plays. He's running, but I agree, a 4-3-3. I don't know if you watch that run there. Casemiro looks like he's running backwards. Absolutely dreadful, horrific. Right, we need to get this out. I mean, we're dreadful from corners. Come on, Lamens. Right. The Prem is just becoming a league of athletes and set pieces. Skilled players are a thing of the past. Yeah, we have gone back. We've gone back to the 90s. Lamens is already so much better than Binder. You can see it, can't you? You just feel so much better with him in goal. How are we playing? Look, Scott it's basically the same old thing. Lemens just jumped up and caught a ball. Look, Lemens is good. I know it's look. Lemens confident. That ball just went up high, and Lemens just come out for it like a boss. Yeah. Lemens is good. He's just come up for that ball there like a boss. Yeah. Lemens. I think he's actually not a heart attack at the back, Scott. I think Smart One is right. It is we are playing a pivot of a player who's not a number 8 and Casemiro. Casemiro, mate, he's chasing shadows. Casemiro's awful. He's awful. This midfield. Look, if Sunderland come out in this second half and decide to overload the midfield, we're in trouble. They are overloading this right-hand side, this Dalot and Shaw side, because they absolutely know they'll get joy out this side, and they are, because Dalot's shite. Get it out, Bruno. Get it out. So Jago says, hi, hello, my friend. Go on, Ahmad. 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 Bruno. Ahmad. Ahmad. Cross it. I'll get it in the box, Bruno, for fuck's sake. Go on, Bruno. Go on, Bruno. Hit it then. Oh, Casemiro. Oh, my God. Casemiro looks so bad. Casemiro looks awful. I will go through your chats in a second as well. Casemiro, it looks terrible. Go on, Mount. Go on, Mount. Go on, Mount. Just cross it. Fuck it now. Honestly, just get the ball into the box. Mason Mount's gone down. It worries me every time that he goes down. Sunderland are changing the tactics, increasing their midfield. Already made one sub along those lines. Exactly. That's exactly what they're doing. Because all they've got to do is overload that pivot. Casemiro today is awful. Casemiro today he absolutely looks. Casemiro today looks dreadful. Thomas 2-0, not bad start, and I did say Shesko would be on the score sheet. Look, Thomas, look, mate, I'm all for predictions. And you know, if you're right about your predictions, mate, Grace. So, look. Go on, Delit. Dalot leaves next season and becomes a Ballon d'Or contender for another club. Grace, not in a million years. Leon looked promising in training, but he got roasted from Arnson on his debut and hasn't seen since. Exactly. Get it out. Dina says, yeah, Sunderland trying to overload the midfield. Odegaard off injured again for Arsenal against West Ham. Oh. This could be a penalty. This could be a penalty here. It didn't touch him. Fuck off. Is he given a penalty? Is he given a penalty? Is he given a penalty? Has he given a penalty? He has, hasn't he? He's given a penalty. He's given a penalty. He's given a penalty. Leave off. Has he given a penalty? He's going to give a penalty. What's he doing? Casemiro is like an 80, 70-year-old man. Still don't understand the inverted wing backs. I don't either. Casemiro is a waste of space and money. Absolutely is. Is Casemiro ruin his legacy? No, I don't think he is. I'm just thinking that he's just older, isn't he? Who are these new mods? I know, right? Penalty. I am the grandmaster, exactly. You saw Mount. He seems like he's complaining about the team by lip reading players, complaining about each other so much and play. There only he goes, who never happened under Fergie. Exactly. It's a penalty. You are joking. Ball hit him in the face. The ball hit his face. Look, the fact that he's going over is a fucking joke, innit? Fucking joke. The ball's hit him in the face. Okay, it doesn't touch him. It's the ball. The ball's hit him in the face. It doesn't hit him at all. How can you give that as a penalty? You can't. It doesn't hit him at all. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's the ball that hits him. He is going to give the penalty, isn't he? He's going to fucking give the penalty. He's going to give it. No? Fucking hell. Sanity fucking prevails. Fucking about time as well. Fucking sanity. Oh. Maine is lucky not to leave. Mate, I do feel really, really badly for Maine, to be fair. Shesko, the problem is with Shesko, he's got such long legs, right? Casemiro, look, there are many, many red flags today that I want to go through, and I don't think it's as simple as Amorim in or out after this win. And I think there are tonight when we talk about this team, there are many things that I want to talk about. Get it out, get it out, get it out, get it out, get it. We still can't handle corners. So there are many, many things that I want to talk about. This is not perfect. That's half time. Get your opinions in. What did you think about the first half? I think it's the same old Amorim. I think it's the same old United players. I think it's the same old problems. I think look, Mason Mount today's been good. VAR, you had to take that long to overturn it. Exactly, Dino. Look, I think Mason Mount's been a ray of light today. Actually, look, Thomas, Casemiro, bring him off. I mean, he is dog shit. I mean, I know the point there has his legacy. Has Casemiro ruined his legacy? No, I don't think he has. Look, I think with Casemiro, right? Casemiro has just got older, right? It says more about us playing him than it does about him. Today, Lemens in goal, thank God. What is crazy is already, and this is what I mean about football, right? Is in football, you can just tell when a player is going to be good. Not all the time, but sometimes, right? Lemens, you always knew he's going to be an upgrade. And you can see that already. It's not going to be perfect. I think he's not always going to be, he's going to concede goals, but you can already tell. Who's the best player in United's? Who is your best player in United's icon? Thomas, the fact you're even, Thomas, right, my friend, the fact you're even putting Pogba in the same sentence as Scholesy, mate. Thomas, I like you. I think you're very, very you say some good stuff on here, mate. If that was anybody else, I probably would not be mean, but look, mate, come on, Thomas. I mean, the fact you're putting it, mate, surely that has to be clickbait. Come on, mate. Come on. You can't put Scholesy and Pogba. Pogba's not even in the conversation. Yeah. If you are talking about FIFA, by the way, I've just thought about it. You might be talking about FIFA. I'm crap at FIFA, so I'd probably go and ask Scott. So Thomas, taking that back, I reckon you're talking about football club, aren't you? So I'll take that back. The men's top four keeper in the Premier League. Let's give him a couple of games first. We have a similar tempo up doing challenge. Big up JB, big up to Danny B. Shesko. He is he's proven himself. 2 goals in 2 games. Pogba has more goals for France than Scholes. Pogba clearly wins. Fellaini or Carrick. Okay, so we're at Thomas. Come on, my friend. Thomas. I'm not Thomas. Come on, mate. Come on, Thomas. I can't, mate. Come on. Look, guys, I know what Thomas is doing. It is clickbaiting. It is I promise you, Thomas. No. It's if you did something like, I don't know, Scholesy or Keane, right? And not the same players, but you could say something like, who was the most important player for us, Scholesy or Keane? Who was the better winger, Giggsy or Bex? Right? Who would you trust more with your wife or your granny, Rooney or Giggs? I mean, those are the questions that we need to be asking. Bobby says, Bebe or Giggs. Pogba can't chance Scholesy's boot. Here's an actual question. Vidic or Rio? Good question. Who would I pick? Vidic or Rio? Look. I'd probably go Vidic. Is not much in it. Take away from Rio as a pundit and a whatever he does now, but there's not much between it. I'd go Vidic just because I prefer that style. Rooney or Falcao. Thomas, you cracking me up. Okay, no. All right. Okay, here's a question for you. What about? Oh my god, my old brain. No, I do literally have a legitimate question. Sheringham or Ollie? That's not even a contest for me, really. Yeah, that's not even a contest for me. I want whatever Thomas is on. So do I. I'm loving it. From someone who realised they need to up their game for the Premier League, they worked on it and it's become a dog for all. Look, there's many stories. RVP or RVN, Bobby, there's no question. Rude every day of the week. Rude every day of the week for me, Rude. And yeah, look, RVP didn't play for us long enough, I don't think, and didn't do as many seasons. So RVP could have been as good. Solskjaer or Cavani. Well, I mean, look, if you're talking about a player, if you're talking about players, I think that's probably more of a sensible conversation on the basis that Cavani was the better striker. Solskjaer's a legend. So Solskjaer. So if you're talking about who is the better striker, who is the better, who is the better player, an argument would be for Cavani. But who's a legend and who would I pick? Solskjaer. That's not even a question for me. Rojo or Silvestre. If you look, mate, I remember I started supporting this club from 1988. So Silvestre for me was quite late as well. I'd probably even say Silvestre was much better. My question would be May or Hennenberg. So if you remember Hennenberg, he was a great player. So I'd probably go something like, I'd go Ronnie Johnson or Silvestre. I mean, those are the sorts of questions you should be asking. Ronnie Johnson or Silvestre or Hennenberg or Blanc. We had Blanc come in as well for a couple of seasons. Blanc was great. Pallister, Irwin, those guys. I mean, Irwin for me is probably one of my favourite players of all time. I think Vidic is my third favourite footballer after Müller and Neuer. Fucking Neuer. Props to Amorim. Euro over Maguire is exactly what the defence needed. Super battles. Look, let's talk about it, right? So I said, if I see a Luke Shaw, a Maguire, a Dalot, a Fernandez, and Fernandez in the number 8, I'm pushing towards that. Amorim has to go. Not Amorim out, but I'm pushing towards Amorim has to go, because he's putting himself and his formation and what he thinks is right before the best of the club. Now, I don't care about the players. I couldn't give a toss about these players. We all know these players are not great, and these players haven't been amazing today, right? But the fact he's put Lemens in goal, fine. Euro has come back into the team, fine. But he's still got the awful pivot. And look, if we play Sunderland, right? If Sunderland come in and play, if Sunderland attack that space, we've got a gaping hole again. Casemiro, for fuck's sake, he's been awful today. He looks like he's running backwards, right? So today is not perfect. I give Amorim, and sorry, I give Amorim no props today at all. I don't think today he's been brave. I don't think today he's, this team, other than Maguire, lost the last game, got absolutely smashed, and yet they all still keep their place. So look, Amorim has almost kind of, with Lemens in goal, Euro coming back into this side, that kind of stems the tide a bit. And if there's a win today, but what I don't want to see is, I don't want to see this Amorim's back and we're back crap, because Amorim is not back. Like, I'm a staunch, you're not manager in. I'm a staunch, I want Amorim to be given time. He's going to keep on doing this. And as I said, right, is that you keep on doing the same thing. Eventually, you are going to win a match. And if he wins a match, what does it prove? It almost makes it difficult, right? Because then you've got a manager that loses a game, wins a game, loses a game. If he wins today, it doesn't mean anything unless we go to Anfield and get a win. Like, it is a ridiculous ask. But again, imagine if Chelsea was a win, right? That was a win. The Brentford game was a win. Sunderland was a win. That's 3 games and a bounce. That could have done so much. We're gonna. So if we win today, I predicted 8 points from 8, and he's going to get 10 from 8 if he wins today. And obviously, I think we'll lose. What does that prove? And all I want to see is, I don't care necessarily. Look, as long as I can see this team is progressing in the right way, and he's doing things to help that. I'm not seeing it right now. We are winning, but Sunderland are not playing great. They're not. So I'm not impressed by this at all. I'm worried. I'm concerned. He's still obstinate. He's still arrogant in what it is that he's trying to do. And yeah, we win today, great, but I need to see it again and again. So I'm not Amorim out. I'm manager in, because this is not necessarily about the coach and the players. It is because they are the ones that produce the things that we love and we see. But until his ownership is removed and until the Glazers aren't here anymore, it doesn't matter. So whilst Amorim still has these players, not much will change. But at least he's done something today. At least he's put the men's in goal and Euro back into the side. So let's see if we can go on. Let's see if we can go on and win the game more. And then let's see what happens then after the break. So I'm not ecstatic. It's it is the same old team, the same old pivot, the same old, Luke Shaw, who's crap. Maguire, we all know that Maguire will come into the squad. We all know that I'm hoping that Cunha comes in. And it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. So look. Thomas says Giggsy or against opponent's player would be Kaká. Look, Giggsy and Kaká are two different players. But Giggsy in his pomp, in his prime, mate, there are not many better players. But sounds like you want the narrative to be true. Sounds like you want your narrative to be true. Kilimani, give me more context, mate. What narrative am I trying to drive? I'm not trying to drive. I'm not trying to drive you into anywhere thinking. I'm giving you my opinion. I don't have an agenda here, right? My agenda is this. I am manager in. I don't particularly want Amorim to be sacked. I can't stand these players. I can't stand the ownership, toxic. But if this doesn't change, then something has to change, and these players are not going to change. So who will then have to change? It will have to be the coach. But no coach is going to come into this side and change it around. The fact that a red flag for me. The fact that Casemiro is coming out for the second half is a red flag. So, but tell me what narrative or agenda I'm trying to run, because I don't think I am. Happy with the first half. Let's keep it up. Mount, Dalot and Lemens are changes. No, they're not. Dalot is not a change. Dalot was injured. Dalot always plays in this team. Lemens is a change. Mason Mount was injured. So they're not changes. Lemens is, but Mason Mount was here last season. Mason Mount's been here for 2 years. Dalot's been here for 6 years. So they're not changes. So what the fuck are you talking about? Because they're not changes, are they? So they're not. Mason Mount's been injured. So I think you're talking out of your back end. Football's so boring, then don't watch it. Like sometimes, right, in life you get an opinion, right? I think that dancing is boring. I think that tennis is boring. I don't watch it. I wouldn't go into someone else's stream and go, tennis is boring. We don't care. We really couldn't care less. What would progress? Because you keep moving the goalposts. I don't. I've been consistent on this, and if you have watched the channel before, I have been consistent on this. My consistency is it is not the manager, it is not the formation, and it is not the tactics. That is where I've been consistent. Okay, that's where I've been consistent, right? Over the last couple of months, that's where I've been consistent in every single game that I've seen. The problem immediately with this are these shit players. Factually, some of these players have sacked multiple managers. That's a fact. Bruno Fernandes as a captain has been absolutely shit and awful, inconsistent, and so have these players, right? For me, if any person, and it's not just the manager, if any person puts their own agenda before the club, stubbornness, agenda, they have to go. I'm not manager out. I am whoever doesn't put this club first is out. I would give Amorim as long as he needs to do the things that he needs to do. I've been consistent on that. I've not moved any goalposts. I've been consistent. You go through every time we talk about this, I'm consistent on that, and I say the same things. So what I suggest you do is you either watch it before you comment on what I say, go and watch the things that I say. So credit to Amorim because we started narrow then stretched Sunderland, but if they start to overload the midfield, he needs to react again. And Dino, you're right, mate. This is exactly what we are looking for. And you're right. And this is what I asked for as well, is a change and to adapt in game. And hopefully this is now what we are going to see this. Mason Mount, Dalot. Go on, Dalot. Go on. Oh, my God. Dalot's awful. Dalot's terrible. Lazio scored a pen in 90 plus 13. I would get Aiden Heaven on. So would I. I miss Premier League playing in the States because USA giving Premier League clubs to a pre-season games is so boring not seeing US venues once again until summer 2026 after the World Cup. I agree. I do not play in the States actually. Come on, United. Amorim should bring on Ugarte and play next to Casemiro if Sunderland start to overload the midfield in the second half. I would take off Luke Shaw. I'd go to a back four, take off Luke Shaw, bring on Ugarte and have 3 in there. Grace said, Delowe is the best player in the world and is in my dreams. Look, Grace, if you like him, then by all means, fantastic. But to say that he's one of the best players, I think you need to put your what's the word, Grace? You need to put your feelings for him to one side, and you need to look at him as a football player because he's absolutely dreadful. Come on, need to start this. We need that 3rd goal. Go on, Delowe. Good ball. And Burmo. No one in the box. Amorim out. If we win, I still don't care. He's got to go standards on here. Look, and again, right, this is what I like. Right, this is what I like. Be consistent. Right? If you're Amorim out, it doesn't matter if we win today. I absolutely respect that opinion. Thank you. So Kilmarnie is going to tell me you detest the players so much that you want the manager to go, but the players are still the same. Amorim has cleared out the players that you were Deadwood. You're talking bollocks. The narrative isn't that at all. So you clearly don't listen to what I'm saying. You just fucking made it up. You've watched me once and you've just fucking made it up. Well, I'll come back on all that. I don't detest all of the players. I detest some of the players. I don't detest them. I dislike them. Okay. Some of these players have sacked multiple managers. It's a fact. I'm not making it up. I'm not plucking it out of my ass. Okay. And you're wrong. I don't detest the players so much that I want the manager gone. So you're talking out of your ass, absolutely talking shit. All right. I don't want the manager to go because of these, because I hate the players. I would want the manager to go. And do you want me to speak slowly to you? I don't want the manager to go full stop. I'd give Amorim time. Okay. These players, I detest them because they sack managers and they down tools. And they've down tools for this coach. But that's not the reason why I would get rid of the manager. I want these players gone first. I'd sack these players. Okay. But where Amorim would have to go, because I have to be consistent. If I'm saying, right, and this is where I'm consistent, is that if I'm saying these players who down tools, who don't give a shit about the club, has to go, okay? If Amorim doesn't give a shit about the club and plays his own tactics and he's stubborn, then he's the same as the players and has to go as well. My only narrative here is what's best for the club. And Amorim hasn't cleared out the players, has he? Because we've still got Luke Shaw, Maguire, Bruno. Those players are still here. He still doesn't have his players. So you're talking out of your absolute fucking arse because you're just annoyed because you don't like it. Because you know that I'm talking sense. It doesn't matter. Look, I don't mind people having an opinion. If you're going to call my opinion out, at least get it fucking right. Apparently, you need 11 new players for the shit system to work. It's not an agenda. We have brains and eyes. Exactly that. It is not. Look, it is clear. It is clear what we need. I hate the play so much that I want Amorim out. What the fuck are you talking about? Absolutely give him time. But if Maguire plays in that defense, I'm gonna cry. And I'm with you. I want Amorim to stay. Kilmarnie is still going. Casemiro, Shaw, Mount, Maguire, Delowe will definitely go next summer. If Amorim doesn't play the bad players, then who will he play? There are many players. Casemiro doesn't have to play. Ugarte. Okay. Luke Shaw doesn't have to play. Aiden Heaven. Mason Mount doesn't have to play. Cunha. Xerxes. Maguire doesn't have to play. because you can play Heaven in there as well. Leon could play. So, and also, next summer is not now, is it? Next summer is not now. Okay, we are like Amorim could get sacked now because of these players. So again, I think you need to think before you speak, because you're talking absolute shit. At the end of the day, Shampers, come on, he's Shampers. Come on, he talks out of his arse, but I don't care because I'm making money. Shampers, come on, he's Shampers. Liverpool ended Jose's United stint, then to Ten Hag's reign. Hamid Ali, 4 past a running side. What fate does Amorim away? I think Amorim is going to be on the back of a hiding, mate. I do. Look, but if Amorim goes to a back 4 and plays 3, or starts with a back 3 and then brings somebody into that pivot, I'll take a 1-0 loss. I'll take, but again, if Amorim goes to Anfield and we get an absolute smashing, he's gone, because the fans will not allow that. Go on, Delo. Go on, Delo. Cross the ball, Delo. For God's sake. Delo just won't cross. That guy couldn't cross a road. Well done. Thomas says, where would you like to see United go in summer friendlies? Either Asia, Middle East, or America? I would love to go to America. I'd love to go to the States, and I'd love to be there as well. I think the fact that there's a World Cup in the States, I mean, look, I would. I mean, I think America for me would be the one, but also Asia as well was all right. I don't think the low. Go on in Burma. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. That was horrendous. I don't think Delo is the best player in the world in his dreams. Why do you not sign Garcia of Espanyol or Keller in the summer? Because they weren't on the list. Basically, because they weren't on the list. Because you weren't on the list. Delo sacked Eric Ten Hag, and he deserves a statue. Delo is awful. Gracie might be nice from an eye candy perspective. Go on, Shesko. Go on, Mbermo. No, Mbermo doesn't look at it. Don't give it to Casemiro, for God's sake. If we win it, it's if we win, it's Amorim, but if we lose, it's the players. Moving goalposts, the same players won the coaches' trophies that they won. If we lose, it's the players. If we win, if we lose, in my opinion, if we lose, it's the manager and the players, and if we win, it's both. Like I am not trying to separate these players out, right? But I find it really perplexing and really I just don't get why these players don't get as much flack as they should do. Amorim doesn't play on this pitch. I am not absolving Amorim or these players. The blame is mostly with the players right now. And when I say that, look, it's not as simple as it is players or the coach, right? It's so much deeper than that, but people make it so simple at times that it is not that simple. Go on, Euro. These players are playing in a system that they can't play. Is that their fault? No. Right? Bruno playing. Bruno getting caught out there. Absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. And as you say, that it's not the players that move and whatever else. You look at what happened there. So are you telling me that Bruno there? That's on that. So you're telling me there, right? that move there, that's probably a penalty or some sort of card or something or other, right? Is Amorim's fault, and you wonder why. I blame these players, and you wonder why, I mean, that ball. I mean, he died, but that ball over the top there, fucking horrendous. Hello, good evening, sir. I really like your analysis. Thank you, my friend. Waffle as always. Waffle as always. Aaron Inazar. Look, as you're calling yourself the king, if you don't like it and that's what you think, you don't have to watch it. It's free. If you don't like me and you don't like this community and you don't like the things that we do on here or say, you don't have to stay. You're wasting your time. You're not wasting my time because I'm going to stream whether you're here or not. You're wasting your time. Life is too short to waste time on people that you don't like, right? I wouldn't waste time on you. Recharge says hello. If you see Maguire come on though, I will lose the point. We changed the coaches, but the years of poor recruitment isn't going to change. Unfortunately, the players' attitudes are terrible. Look, I agree. Ineos writing off another season because they appointed a shit manager. Ineos and Amorim are fraud. Standards are in the bin. I also think people like you who have your opinions, and I think our fans' standards, not all of them. I think we do have some amazing fans on here, but I think people like you who want to see the world burn because you're angry. Our fan standards sometimes are in the bin as well, and I'd class you as one of those people who are the standards of fans as well are in the bin. Beckham for crosses. Give him time. Delo is worse than Telles. I love that, Scott. If America, would you like to see play a Premier League Summer Series again to defend the title, or return to play International Championship Cup against the European giants? I'd probably like that more. I think any games like that where you play a Madrid, I think I'd much prefer that. I mean, I don't want to defend that Premier League summer thing again. It's awful. Ollie, yes, my friend, you've been here before. You're Satan. We need 2 or 3 seasons of rebuilding. Look, again, agree with you. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Basement dweller. Exactly. Looks like the king has buggered off as well, which is always nice and which is always good to see. So again, where are we? So we've got Lamens in goal. We have got Yoro, De Ligt, Luke Shaw. Cold Logic says there's just no quality on the final ball. Maybe we should put Delo on the right and Ahmed on the left. And this is where we need Amorim to do something and change something around. Don't shoot, Bruno. Come on, Shesko. Go on, Shesko. That's much better by Shesko. Oh, here he goes. He refuses to cross, does Delay. Don't care that we're winning. Scammering needs to leave. Emmy, and again, my friend, welcome. I'm glad you've kept your name the same. This is I've got no problem, and I like people who are staunch in their opinions, and there's absolutely nothing wrong in, from now until the day that he leaves, whether it's now or in 15 years' time, and you're like, I want him to leave. You are staunch in your views, right? It's just Amorim in and Amorim out. It's just let's have a little look. Thomas says, will Luke Shaw return to the England team? Nah. Never say never, but I hope he doesn't. Wonder where Lee has been. Oh, I miss Lee, Scott. I miss him so much. I wish he'd come back. I think probably he's gone back on the Arsenal TV. I think. Don't care that we're winning. Yeah, about time for Lamens to be out on the pitch. I do like how he started Lamens. Just don't get starting Bruno, Luke Shaw, Delo. Emmy, I am with you, mate. This has not been a great performance. This has not been a great performance. Sunderland have not been great. Euro hasn't been great either. I think he looks a bit rusty. Go on, Shaw. Come on, Shaw. Better. I'd love Amorim to succeed here. Starting over is not better than Amorim succeeding. Do you know what, Code Logic? I couldn't have summed it up better myself. It's actually better for everybody if Amorim succeeds. What's up, everyone? Welcome, my friends Mo Iqbal. Oh, here we go. Here we go. He's back. The Mojo King is back. Waffle. There ain't no rebuild. All you need is a manager who knows what he's doing and some players. Scammering winning. Really funny though, isn't it? How you're shifting your rhetoric around. I think you're talking out your arse again. You know, it was really funny how it's okay when Sunderland are beating teams and they're a great team then, but because it's us, so you're talking out of your ass. And what you're saying is we don't need no rebuild. All we need is a coach and some players. Mojo King, you're just exposing yourself. Just exposing yourself, mate. You are. You're just exposing yourself. Mate, I don't need to even come back on that. You're exposing yourself. I can't watch it. My Fire Stick ran out last night. He has Lemens. Lemens has been good. I agree. Ain't no rebuild yet. He says a new manager, a new players are needed. That's a rebuild. Exactly. We all know the Mojo King is more of a pauper. I'd say the Mojo King is more of a joker than a king. If he was in court, he wouldn't be the king. He'd be the fucking jester. He'd be the jester in the corner, like I really don't like it when fans mock someone's surname because it affects their family. Yeah, agree. It's this midfield. This game's actually quite boring. But if your surname is Saville, what happens? What happens if your surname is Bates and you're a boy? Because because you get called Master, don't you? So what about if if your second name is Bates? The last 12 minutes, 88 possession, and we are only 2 up. There's no output. I mean, the output is awful. Casemiro. I mean, fucking hell, Casemiro. Sunderland look like they're coming back into this. They're pressing. They're pressing a bit more. Now another long throw into the box. What did you say, me, Mojo? God, I think. Look, Scott. I think something has happened. I think something has happened to the Mojo King because he's clearly angry. Whole family's name Amorim, so it's an insult. Get it out. Without watching it live, I can fairly confidently say that we're passing it from side to side, and our two main midfielders struggling. Yes, they are. Oh, and Burmo's not been the best today, as well. Actually, he's not been great today. I don't think his family are watching this live. We're starting to struggle a bit here. Sunderland, I think Sunderland have figured this out. Cunha and Dorgu are off yet. Look, this is a very, very similar performance to the Brentford performance. The only difference is that Sunderland are not very good today. I'm not seeing anything different really. Mojo King. Do you reckon he knows him? I reckon they're best mates. Same with Trafford. Yeah, look. Oh my god. Oh, my back. My back. And to be honest, his name is Amorim, and he scammed the whole world of football. This is actually quite boring. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I miss Lee. I wish Lee would come back. I miss the Mojo King. This is the fact that his name is Ruben. I had Timber's captain in my FPL today. I like Timber. Definitely. Come on. I need to. The fact that Casemiro's still on this pitch. Come on, Dorgy. And Boom is off the ball and his head isn't in the game today. 100%. He doesn't look good. I actually think Shesko is actually doing pretty well today, considering again he's not getting the ball much. I think he's doing all right. Oh, tell you what, that midfield again. Honestly, it makes you want to weep. So Alex Ferguson should replace Casemiro on the pitch. He'd be much faster. Honestly, I think my dead nan would be quicker, and you won't be be offended. Go. Come on. Crazy to think Casemiro was a Madrid player. Like Dino, you know, I don't want to be too harsh on him because, you know, and again, it's not his fault he's being played, just like it's not Fernandez' fault. But again, that's a red flag for me. What is the coach to go on? Whack it. Fucking Casemiro. For fuck's sake. My mum would be better on the pitch and she's been 6 feet deep for 30 years. Oh. Absolutely horrific. Absolutely horrific there. But Casemiro, I mean, that is just, fuck's sake. Come on, Casemiro. That champagne, that was awful. Come on, Shesko. I mean, look, looking at this team now, I want some more honest opinions on this. Do you actually think that this team is playing better than we did in the last game? I don't even. I actually think we're playing pretty much the same way. Fun fact: Casemiro's name on his shirt has been spelt wrong since he was 18. I mean, this game is just fizzling out completely. I mean, and this is what I mean, right? By when I want Amorim to do something different. How does he inject pace into this game? How does he inject something into this game so we can actually score more goals? I mean, I'm actually yawning. Can always tell when Casemiro's tired. He's had enough. He just gets a red card. Exactly, Scott. This feels like this is a. Casemiro was a striker. Casemiro is a 6. I think we're playing better today. Mason actually gave a very clinical performance and a set piece. Settle was clearly clever. 2 pieces of Amorim's tactics are apparent. They are. But then you get this from the players. So even the good of teams today is because of Amorim. Should be Casemiro, but has been spelt with an E since the Brazilian league. Interesting. What we're seeing now is we're seeing these players that are unable now to look. If Sunderland score, right? If Sunderland score now, they'll probably score again. I'm baffled. I mean, this is not good. This is not good at all. You know, Casemiro is still on this pitch. Why is he still on here? He needs to inject a bit of pace. Casemiro is just, I don't know what he's even doing. You know, Sunderland could get a sucker punch goal here, and then it's game on. And Burma is not looking. And Burma is not at it today. Absolutely not at all today. Nice start. 18 minutes left in the game. 2-0. You know, United, one mistake, allow Sunderland be back in this game, and it's going to be a nervy. Go on, Cunha. Go on, Cunha. That's better. Cunha just injects a little bit of something into this game. Sunderland with the ball now to the left-hand side, back to Xhaka. Everyone back behind the ball. They're just inviting Sunderland on. It's so easy. So easy for them. It's so easy. It's so easy for Sunderland. So easy. If that's the Liverpool, that's a goal. I mean, if Amorim can't, I would be putting things into play now for the next game, because Amorim is just relying on these players playing for 90 minutes, and they can't. He is relying on these players having an amazing game at Anfield for 90 minutes. You switch off once at Anfield and you're going to get punished. I worry already about this team. You know, Yoro hasn't looked particularly good today. Go on, De Ligt. I think he's such a great player. De Ligt. I think he's absolutely brilliant. What an absolute fantastic player. I think he's brilliant. I really do. I think he's probably been one of our best players of the season, if not the best player. I think he's been consistent. I like him a lot. Kobe Mainoo's coming on. 16 minutes of Mainoo. Mainoo does not look happy. He does not look happy at all. That's a good header by Cunha. Go on, Cunha. See, now this is why players like Cunha are so important, is because they make stuff happen. He gets the ball down, he's making stuff happen. Nobody else is making anything happen. Nice little touch there. Xhaka then. And this is why, if we play the youth to look, I think that we need to bring in something different into this team. But Xhaka there, I mean, you know, a young player is going to absolutely get walloped. And Burma's coming off. So I wonder if that means that Bruno's going to go in to that number 10 position. I've missed some chats. So let's have a little look. Sorry guys, I've missed some chats. Should Casemiro, let's have a little look. We're not a team of closers. I agree. It looks like Casemiro's trying to send the ball back to Brazil. Looks like we're playing 2-0 win. It looks like it's Sanchez, Gusto, Apiong, Bashir, Cucurella, James, Casido, Neto, Enzo, Garnacho. Ollie, I know, mate. Sunderland have got this ball down the right. They've overloaded us. Yoro, what are you doing? That was lucky. That was lucky. Why are people surprised by De Ligt? The guy was captain at 18 and he's been sold multiple times. It surprises me too. I really like him. I really do like him. um, Bradley, Kanate, VVD, Kirkes, Graves, Mac, Salah, Verts, Gakpo, and Isak. That's a scary team, isn't it? And Burnley being off it today. I agree, Emmy. I agree with you. He is my captain as well. Nathan in Burmo's pants. He has been today. Hello, my friend. United same position as City now. What time are we going on in? What time are we on in game? We are on 77th minute. I see you have left. I see you have a shit shirt on today. Sunderland have seemed to target Euro. Verts not starting. Toonami. Have you noticed how many times per game Euro plays the ball across his own box? JB. I mean, I probably won't do that. I mean, that's a bit extreme. I mean, this is dreadful. But today, this is and I'll be consistent on this as well. I don't mind the performance by Fernandez today because he's not a number 10. Brammers go sister cartoon army. Oh, I love it. Um, let's have some let's have some yeah let's have some calm. Let's not be doing things on people's chests. To be fair, I do need some more sweatshop employees. So um, I'd are definitely better today now. I don't know, mate. I don't know, Champagne. I don't know. I don't know. The old Cleveland stream. um, are United better today? I think it's difficult. I think it's difficult, Champagne, because I don't think Sunderland have been particularly good. Sunderland have been very poor today. Um, Lamens already, I like. I'm. After the match, I'll need to go and think about this for a while before I come and give you my. Are we thinking Amorim gets replaced in the break? I'm saying yes. What's your thoughts, JB? No, I don't think he gets replaced. I don't think he does. I don't think he does. I think that what we are going to see, I think we're going to see this until the end of the season. I think that we're going to see these wins against these teams. There's nothing. Please don't shoot it. Oh, Casemiro, take him off. Take him off. He's a twat. Please. ME, it does. That's exactly what it stands for. It stands for these take Casemiro off. Casemiro, take him off. If Amorim doesn't take him off now, then he's a wally. Take Amorim off. Scotty, you are still on tag. I'm not. Oh, come on. Take Casemiro off. He's awful. Oh, it's terrible. Absolutely awful. Sunderland have been awful today, by the way. But I don't even think that we've made them look particularly awful either. How many years left on Casemiro's deal? Less than a year now. Um, less than a year. I can't believe he's still on the pitch. I'm off on holiday in 11 hours. Nathan, I'll let you guys have a battle on that one. Come on, Dorgu. I mean, this is. Oh my God, this is absolutely. This is dreadful. Oh, it's absolutely dreadful. Oh, I mean, even my back is hurting now. All right, Nathan, you want? Yeah, Nathan, go to sleep. It's past your bedtime. Oh, horrendous. Horrendous. This second, like, all I'm going to say, I don't think we've learned anything from this game. The only thing I've learned from this game is that Amorim is still stubborn. Amorim is still going to persevere with his pivot. Yeah, this is horrific, absolutely horrific. We have not learned anything at all. I've learned that Lemens looks like a really, really decent keeper. I've learned that Cunha, go on Cunha, good tackle, well done by Cunha. That Cunha has come onto this pitch looking like he wants to prove something, and that was really good. Bobby, I'm with you. Get Casemiro off because go on Cunha. That was a great tackle there. I almost want Casemiro to get a red, so then he's not playing. Exactly, Champagne, and that's exactly it. Let him get the second yellow, and then he can't play the next game. Exactly that. Exactly that. Come on, get a goal. Get a goal. Get a goal. Oh. Are we having a bet that Chelsea get a red 4 games in a row? Maguire's coming on. Ugarte is coming on. Bobby, I think you did the right thing there, mate. I think so. I think so. Casemiro should have scored, then taken off his shirt. JB, what do you think about a Liverpool game after this performance? I'm really concerned. Sunderland will have been poor and haven't tested us. We look unsure. It is the same performance that I saw in the last game. Bobby, I think Bobby is a legend of the chat and one of our moderators as well. Legend. He's an absolute legend of this chat as well. Bobby, look, Dino, I am with you, mate. I've not seen anything different in this game. That pivot is horrible. Bruno and Casemiro in that pivot. If we play Bruno and Casemiro in that pivot against Liverpool, then we're done. Sunderland today have been awful. Sunderland are going to drop off. They've done really well. I think they've got a good team. I just think it's a natural, they come up. They've got a good team. They've had a great start. Go on, Mainu. Unlucky. They've not been good today. They've had a bad game today, and we've been less bad. We started reasonably well, but this has not been great. This has not been great, and I'm not convinced. It's not been great. Maguire should be captain. He can be benched, but he deserves a captaincy. Not for me, but I get it. So Amorim has subbed off every centre back in charge. Convicted you. Autocorrect. Look, I've not learned anything from today. I'm not convinced today. I think, have we played better? Not really. Not really. Lemens in goal is a bright spark. Is a bright spot. Probably is the perfect game to bring him in. To be fair, I just find this game really, really hard to judge. I find it really, really, really hard to be passionate about these sorts of games. This pivot is horrible. I don't know why Mainu is not starting from the very beginning. No need to change the defence now. Just don't know why he feels the need to change the centre back every time. I say Lemens is the new Schmeichel. I mean, look, that's very, very bold statement to make there. Time will tell. He looks good. Time will tell. Time will tell. But he does look very assured already. I actually feel a little bit more confident with him in goal. Positive Lemens, Delit, and Shesko. Yeah, Dino, I am with you. I think Shesko's been really, really, really good today, actually. He's done his job really, really well. Delit's been brilliant. Really, 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 really great as well. So, and Fernandez today, he's not been great, but I like the fact he wasn't petulant. Negatives are Luke Shaw played. Luke Shaw was nearly at fault for a cross, and it could have been a goal. Euro looks like his confidence is destroyed. Adelo is absolutely crap. Is absolutely awful. Casemiro, dreadful. Bruno is Bruno. I know he's playing out of position. I feel slightly bad for him, but I'm still not his biggest fan. It's not been great. It's not been great. It's not been great. Hello, how has Lemens been today? Look, Lemens has had a comfortable day. He's come out for a cross, which he caught, which is great. He just looks more assured. He's not really faced anything really today at all. Cunha's come on, and Cunha looks like a bright spark. Cunha looks like a bright spark. Lemens 8 out of 10 today. Look, I would give Champers, Lemens, I told you. I said to you to buy him for £22 million. Champers. That was a champagne performance. That's Champions League winning performance today. We can beat Sunderland. We can beat anybody. Champers. Well done, Ruben. Ruben, that was a much better performance from you today, Ruben. I really like the pivot. Casemiro, I know he's deceptively slow, but I love him. Champers. The future looks bright with Lemens, Euro, Shesko, Mainu, Kone, Chido, Lacey. Would you start Lemens against? Yes, I would. Yeah, I would. Because you can't now chop and change. Absolutely. Luke Shaw, like he wasn't even there then. Fucking Luke Shaw. Fucking Luke Shaw. Just fucking Luke Shaw. Lemens with a good save, by the way. Lemens with a good save. Fucking Luke Shaw just ran past Luke Shaw like he wasn't even there. Go on, Lemens. Go on, Lemens. Went past Luke Shaw like he wasn't even there. What a joker. Good save. I can't stand Luke Shaw. I don't know. I don't get it. I do not get it. Ah, Lamens again. Lamens again. He's good. Lamens is good. Lamens is good. Not Brett May. Look, thank you, but I mean, look, it's not been good. It's not been good, my friend, today. I'm not going to lie. And I think tonight, when we talk about this, Luke Shaw is a great player. I think you're all wrong at his analysis, but why is he playing golf in a football game? Luke Shaw is awful. Luke Shaw is awful. Lamens, yeah, but is it Lamens, Lemens, Lamens? Go on, Kobe. Go on, Kobe. Go on, Dorgu. Oh, honestly, our decision making at times is dreadful. Our decision making at times in that final pass is terrible. Valuable 3 points in your relegation. No, mate, it is. It is, mate. It is a valuable point. Those three points, mate, will be more like 6 points. Luke Shaw reminds me. I can't read that out, but that's quite funny. He should have known as United's new number one. Right, league standings. Let's have a little look at the league standings. United at 8th. United at 8th, by the way. We are 8th. So, that's all I'm saying is we are 8th. We are up to the heady heights of 8th. So, my mate is dating his sister's best mate. My mate is dating his sister's. Oh, mate, that is trouble. Look, keep that for tonight's show. Keep that for the late show tonight, yeah? Don't get excited. Liverpool will bring you back down to earth, mate. I am not excited. If you've watched the stream, mate, I am not excited about this team at all. Absolutely not excited. Just not excited about this at all. Champions League place, here we come. I know, right? We're 8th. United to win the Conference League in 26-27. So we would have played 7. 4 points behind 3rd and 4th. Don't sleep on us. Don't sleep on us. We are, we're on it. We're on it. We're on it. Horrific. But Arsenal are top of the league. Final third. We are final third. What does Scott say? Read my comment. They have let him out for the day. They call up Downey's day out. They do call it that, Scott. They do call it that, mate. They do call it that. The Downey's day out. It's true. It's true. Thought you were on holiday. Scott's always on holiday. He goes away more than I do. We'll never reach the positive goal difference. I know. Sunderland come forward now with the ball towards the last episodes of the game. Nah, Sunderland, dreadful today. Sunderland, the architects of their own game today, nothing at all to do with us. We've not made them look terrible. I have to say, when we're talking about wins, this is one of those wins that it's a bad win. No wins are bad, so you get 3 points. But when we're talking about these wins that are not great, I've learned nothing today. So that's game done. So before I go, I will be back this evening to go over this match. What do I think of the match so far today? After a decent start, it's Dumbleshaw, not Fumbleshaw. Look, today's match for me started off well. I just didn't see anything different today. I think to sum up this match today was a much needed 3 points. Amorim didn't do anything different. Absolutely didn't do anything different. You look like a cool uncle. Thank you. I'm a dad, so that's probably why I look like a cool uncle, because I'm a dad. Yeah, I learned nothing from that game. It's not even worth having Bruno in your FPL anymore. It's not. I would say that if anybody, look, a win is a win. A win is a win. Look, at the end of the day, if I want Amorim to survive, which I do, he needs wins, right? I think this is going to be what we are the whole season. I predicted we're going to finish somewhere between 10th and 12th, and that's where we are. That is, we are not going to be this season How old are you? I am 42. But 35, I'll take it all. I'll take it every single day. And Scott brings me back down to earth. 42. So, yeah. I mean, you can see by the hairline, you can see by the grey hair. Wayne says probably Sunderland didn't play well. That's why you won. Wayne, 100%. He's 71 after what? Oh, Grace. I feel like it. I really, really do. Wayne, spot on, mate. Spot on. I didn't see us playing any differently than to what we have done the whole of the season. So if you see anybody, right, and I don't like to say this, and I do have slaves. If you see anybody out there today saying that we're back and whatever else, give them abuse, because today's performance was dog shit. 3 points is 3 points. Look, I want us to stay, and Grace says we're back. Yeah, it's awful. We're middle of the table team at best. I agree with you, smart man. I think we absolutely are as well. Binder asking Lemens what gloves does he wear. Johnny Hill. It's so true. It's so true. So guys, I am going to go 2 hours of that turgid crap. But Dinner says, would ask the question, can we win back-to-back games? And Liverpool is the next. No, we're not going to go to Anfield like this and win. No chance. So I think that we go to Anfield, we lose. Grace says the talk charge is on. You never know, Grace. Stranger things have happened. So guys, I will be back tonight. Thank you for watching the game with me, listening to me, cracking on about stuff. Liverpool, who won? United won 2-0. Liverpool have a difficult game against Chelsea. I'm not going to say we are going to win, because you never know. I am going to go and watch that match as well, by the way. I'm going to see that match today. So guys, thank you for being here. I will be back tonight at some point just to go over the game. It's going to be that sort of show as well. Come into there with your comments. I'll talk about Amorim, where I am with him as well. I'm going to be very, very consistent on where I am with these players as well. I'll be consistent on that as well. I didn't see anything different other than a goalkeeper. I didn't see anything different. The same players who played badly. The same players who normally play well, played okay. If I don't catch up you tonight, JB, then I will try when I'm well. Look, Scott, go away and have some good time. Go away and have a good time. You don't need to be concerned, my friend. We will miss you dearly, but absolutely go away and just have a good time. So guys, I will be back. Have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, evening. Enjoy 3 points, because they don't come along very, very often. It was an awful win. We didn't learn much, but a win is a win is a win. And let's see where we end up by the end of today, end of tomorrow, and I will be back soon. So have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, guys, and I will see you very, very soon. Take care.